Increasing hotel room stock and airlift make for an optimistic outlook. St. Lucie residents encouraged to support the regathering activities planned in the parish. A police officer is this year's first road fatality. And in sports, Settlers win today's top-of-the-table clash with Pelicans in the BIM 10 tournament.
Broadcasting from our studios in the Pine St. Michael, this is CBC Newsnight, starting now.
Good evening, I'm Pearson Bowen. Major excitement in the local tourism industry as room stock is set to rise. Chairman of the Barbados Hotel and Tourism Association, Javon Griffith, says it signals optimism for the sector.
There's a lot to look forward to for local tourism stakeholders as the industry prepares for major expansion of the room sector with new projects. Chairman of the Barbados Hotel and Tourism Association, Javon Griffith, says 2025 promises to be an exciting year on many fronts. He's looking forward to the many months ahead with a great sense of optimism.
Barbados' tourism industry is poised for more expansion as various tourism investments, including the Intercontinental Hotels Group Hotel Indigo and the Blue Monkey Beach Club, continue to take shape. Excitement is also building for Marriott's long-awaited transformation as they introduce the world to the new Autograph Collection, Waves Hotel and Spa, Treasure Beach, Tamarind, and The House, the Luxury Collection, Colony Club, and in February 2026 to the Tribute Portfolio, Crystal Cove, and Turtle Beach.
Mr. Griffith is also thrilled about the additional air traffic.
With both American Airlines and Delta Airlines collectively providing 10,000 new seats into Barbados per month, in summer 2025, we are projected to have a great summer performance as an industry. The BHTA will continue to advocate on our members' behalf, and we eagerly anticipate further collaboration with local, regional, and international partners to realize our strategic business objectives. The rebound of our industry could not have been possible without the extensive work done by our invaluable and key tourism partner, the Barbados Tourism Marketing, Inc. I have high praises for our tourism partners who have been integral to our successful navigation of these choppy post-COVID-19 seas.
He added that the united front is an encouraging sign that the sector is fully back on its feet. Praise was also given to Barbados' culinary team for its recent stellar performance at the 2024 edition of Taste of the Caribbean, held in November in Miami, in Florida. Mr. Griffith believes the future of tourism in Barbados is looking bright, despite the challenges resulting from external factors. Wendy Burke, CBC News.
St. Lucie residents are being encouraged to attend activities planned this month as that parish kicks off the Regathering 2025 celebrations. The call is coming from Director of the Regathering 2025 Secretariat, Senator John King, who is also asking the constituents to support the parish's Regathering Organizing Committee. He was addressing constituents gathered at Crab Hill, which was the final stop of a motorcade across all parishes.
It is your time to shine in St. Lucie. You did a fantastic job in 2020. Unfortunately, things got cut short due to COVID, but we are past that now, and we're really looking forward to being with you. I know there's a church service coming up on January the 5th, and we're going to be back up here, and I'm going to encourage all of you who are here tonight to join us at that church service, because you need to have that spiritual grounding to keep things going.
And Member of Parliament for St. Lucie, Peter Phillips, is inviting constituents from other parishes to come to St. Lucie to participate in the festivities.
We see this as an opportunity to give back to our community and to invite persons. You mentioned earlier those persons who would have moved out of the parish. If you come from St. Lucie, you were born here, your parents here, you have parents here, you went to school in St. Lucie. The regathering is not just for those persons coming in from overseas. It is for you who are outside of St. Lucie, who live outside of St. Lucie, but from St. Lucie. We invite you to come back to St. Lucie and see what has happened, how St. Lucie has been transformed and so on, and get to meet old friends, old schoolmates, etc.
The police are tonight grieving the loss of one of their own who has become the island's first road fatality for 2025. Officer Antonio Rochester died in an accident along Tudor Bridge, St. Michael. Anesta Henry has the report.
Tears flowed freely at Tudor Bridge, St. Michael this afternoon, where 50-year-old Sergeant Antonio Rochester was involved in a collision with a truck. Police Public Affairs and Communications Officer Inspector Rodney Innes says the incident, which is being treated as a road traffic fatality, was reported to lawmen around 1:50 p.m.
What was reported was a truck, a motor truck, has struck a pedestrian and struck a wall to the western side of Tudor Bridge Road. And that vehicle continued traveling. We are yet to investigate how far, but a fair distance. Now, that pedestrian turned out to be one of our own, Sergeant 897 Antonio Rochester, who lives within the area. He lives about 200 meters from here.
Inspector Innes says police are now looking for the driver of the truck.
Who could have done such a horrific task?
And police are appealing to eyewitnesses to come forward.
We understand there were several persons along the roadway, and feel free to contact us at 211, or you can call 430-7100 or the Black Rock Police Station at 417-7500. Any information you can have pertaining to this matter.
He says the service extends condolences to the relatives and friends of the officer who committed 31 years of service to the law enforcement agency.
Antonio is a joyous sergeant of police. He was attached to the Marine Department. Over here you see his family, his wife, his two children, his mother, his father. They're all together to support each other. And we have several police officers who are visibly shaken. And that's as much as I can give you at this stage. As you can understand, we still have our work to do. We've closed the road to do the investigation.
Innes says police officers and the Sergeant Rochester's immediate relatives received counseling. Anesta Henry, CBC News.
The Barbados Nurses Association will continue to advocate for improved working conditions and other opportunities for the healthcare workers. That's according to the president, Dr. Faye Paris, who says the BNA also intends to launch a countrywide wellness initiative and establish a mentorship program for junior nurses. She spoke about the plans during the BNA's New Year's message.
Professional development through expanded training and education on industrial relations, law, and negotiation will empower nurses. With BNA's election occurring in 16 days, all members are encouraged to participate. Strong union representation is crucial for addressing long-standing issues and supporting nurses.
She adds that through collaborative efforts, nursing standards in Barbados can be elevated, ensuring support, respect, and a brighter future for nurses.
With hope, determination, and a renewed sense of purpose, BNA thanks all nurses for their dedication and hard work. Additionally, BNA extends to everyone a healthy, prosperous, and fulfilling New Year 2025.
Coming up, high praise for a local journal that is one of the oldest running publications of its kind in the Caribbean. A mirror, time machine, and map all rolled into one. That's how the Journal of the Barbados Museum and Historical Society has been described as it launched its 70th edition of at the museum's garrison headquarters. Published since 1933, it is one of the longest-running publications of its kind in the Caribbean. The changes to the Barbadian landscape occasioned by seminal moments in the country's history is the underlying theme of several articles in the 2024 edition. One of the most significant is the annexing of Pelican Island and the creation of the nation's deep water harbor. Director Alessandra Cummins acknowledged the impact the journal has had as she credited the work of several involved in its production.
It is through the willingness and the determination of so many of our local researchers and writers and thinkers, not just academically oriented, but community focused, and not simply in the recounting of rarefied historicity, but in the recovery of hidden histories, some deliberately obscured, others unintentional omissions.
President of the Society, Professor Justin Robinson, says the 2024 journal is more than a collection of articles.
As you leaf through these pages, I hope you're inspired to see history not as something behind us, but as something calling us forward. If history is indeed written by the victors, let this journal remind us that Barbados is a champion in the art of storytelling. I want to offer my warmest congratulations to the editorial team, the contributors, and everyone who worked to make this journal a bridge between our past and our future. Let us continue to honor these stories, for in doing so, we honor ourselves. So here's to preserving, exploring, and celebrating our heritage. History never rests, and neither should we.
Sponsorship was critical for the Fishers of Men charity last year, allowing it to extend assistance to many in need. Founder Sharon Bellamy says the most significant example was entertaining hundreds of children and young Barbadians at the Weymouth ground at the start of 2025. The children were drawn from several communities, children's homes, and special needs schools. Ms. Bellamy says the event is an annual one.
I have over 500 kids, and that has nothing to do with parents. We have loads of jumping tents, we have the Howard House, we have water rides, we have the Santas, and we have over 10 cartoon characters which the kids would choose, where they would tell me, and then I would choose for them.
An elderly man selling newspapers collapsed and died by the newsstand where he worked on Rickett Street in the city. He was part of a vending network and usually operated a shift at that location until he relieved later in the day. A woman who preferred not to give her name or speak on camera said she was the one who summoned the ambulance. She told CBC News she spoke to the elderly man on her way into work around 9, wishing him a happy new year. She added that around 9:20, she then saw him fall back a bit, yawn, and take some deep breaths before he appeared to stop breathing. Nearby taxi operators said the vendor was a pleasant man. Frank Tosca Adams was a daily customer.
To be honest with you, I buy paper from them every day. I take one, go to the racing pool, deliver it there, and then come up for mine. So I pay him what I can cross. And I take it from him. He was there sitting down and comfortable talking. And I come back for mine. Gone. I thought it was only 4 hours, and I didn't believe he died not before. When he tell me I want to come over, he died.
Well, when contacted, the nation's circulation manager, Adrian Bowen, said it's always sad to lose those who are a part of the nation family. Time for Thursday night sport as we're joined by Mark Seal. Mark, good evening.
Very good evening. Starting with cricket, defending champions Settlers have increased their lead in the BIM 10 tournament after winning today's top-of-the-table clash with Pelicans. Batting first at Windward, Settlers were kept to 105 for 6 off their 10 overs. Kadeem Aline had the highest score of 29 with a 4 and 3 sixes, while Shamar Holder took 2 for 9, Ravendra Prasad 2 for 15, and Jaden Edmond 2 for 37. Pelicans, though, didn't capitalize on their bowling effort as they were restricted to 81 for 9 to lose by 24 runs. Rico Refer was the leading batter with 24, while Marlon Welcome Goodman impressed with 4 for 11, while Zachary Carter had 2 for 10. Settlers moved to 16 points, while Pelicans remain on 12. We have full match highlights.
Oh, yes! It's the breakthrough that the Pelicans would have needed. Short delivery. That's massive. Beautifully ball, easily taken by Hakeem Jordan. Over pitch. Just into the middle stage of the contest, and that's put away. Nicholas Curtin at his best. Goes again. Easily taken by Zachary McCaskey. Full toss. Short delivery. Given the treatment that it deserved. The Settlers. And that's edged and taken. Short and pulled away. This is in the air. And the catch is taken. Short delivery. That is pull. Comprehensively pull. Goes again. This one is into the air. And that is gone as well. This one's into the air. Can the catch be taken? It's an easy one for Shamar Holder. That one's put away. What a way to end it from Welcome Goodman. Dispatching Hakeem Jordan for 6. Oh, what a delivery. Chance for a catch in the air. Easily taken. Chance for a catch. Easily taken. Over pitch. Beautifully driven by Perman. That's put away. Oh, yes. Brilliant. This one's in the air for a bit. They're coming back for the second. Is it a chance for a run out? And he's out. Short delivery. Pull in the air. Caught by Richards. Ball again, a chance for a catch to the field at that point. Easily taken. 30 from 5. Prasad is gone. From Marlon Welcome Goodman. This one is into the air. And the catch is taken. Very well done to the Settlers who defended the very small total of 105 runs.
Meanwhile, in the bottom of the table clash today, Voyagers are the ones still winless as they were beaten by Titans by 30 runs. Titans posted an impressive 144 for 4, with Cheyenne Brathwaite leading the way with 48 that included 6 4s and 3 6s, while skipper Ashley Nurse added 35 with 3 4s and 3 6s. Voyagers were limited to 114 for 3 to lose by 30 runs. Shamar Brooks top scored with 62 not out that included 4 4s and 5 6s. So Titans are now 5th on 4 points, while Voyagers are yet to get a point after 4 losses. Kyle Mayers and the defending champions Fortune Barishal missed the opportunity to go top of the 2025 Bangladesh Premier League standings after losing to the current leaders, Rangpur Riders, in today's match at Sher Bangladesh National Stadium. Barishal were sent in and were bowled out for 124 in 18.2 overs. Tamim Iqbal top scored with 28, while Mayers got 13. Kusdil Shah took 3 for 18. Riders then made 128 for 2 of 15 overs to win by 8 wickets. They were led by player of the match Saif Hassan, who was unbeaten on 62. That included 6 4s and 3 6s. Hassan and Alex Hales, who got 49 not out, put on 113 for the unbroken 3rd wicket partnership. Riders are undefeated from 3 matches for their 6 points, while Barishal have dropped to 4th place on 2 points with a 1-1 record. That's the first half in sports. I'll come back later, inclusive of NBA basketball.
All right, Mark, thank you. We'll take a break here. We're coming back with tonight's business report. Well, in business tonight, a new player in the coastal cruise business whose entry into the market was delayed by Hurricane Beryl is now up and running, or should we say cruising. Trevor Thorpe reports.
It was all ears night, and the general manager of Top Gat Cruises, Sean Morris, said the journey getting there was not easy. He said the boat was almost sunk after high swells caused by the passage of Hurricane Beryl on July 1st last year. According to him, it was a tough task saving the damaged 72-foot craft. He said after the remedial work was completed and rigorous sea testing, he's happy to see the vessel finally ready to begin coastal cruises.
Overwhelmed, happy to be here tonight because a couple months ago, when we first brought the boat, we had a tragedy. We met with Hurricane Beryl, and we had some severe damages to the boat. Actually, it nearly sank, right? Thankfully to the port staff, port management, who performed the rescue, and they saved us from sinking. And so I'm really happy to be here tonight to see after all the work that we put in the recovery, and to see that we're here, doing the crazy. It's nice.
Under the captaincy of John Whitney, the boat has taken its place among the crafts offering coastal pleasure cruises.
I'm hoping to provide a service where I can have corporate Barbados and family groups, weddings, etc. Nice social events. That's what I'm hoping to achieve with the boat. Give those who never experienced the water to come out on the water, with family and friends, and then to enjoy a part of the coastal life of Barbados too.
Mr. Morris gave some details of the layout of the new boat.
We also have 2 bars inside. We have 4 bathrooms, 2 ladies' bathrooms and 2 gents' bathrooms, right? And all the other facilities, water on board, and everything else that a luxury cat should have.
Over 100 guests were on the maiden voyage on All Year's Night. Trevor Thorpe for the Business Report.
Of 2025 is still identified as the timeline for the start of operations of the long-anticipated Connect Carib ferry service. Through the private sector-led initiative, Connect Carib's parent company, Pleon Group Incorporated, intends to improve trade and regional maritime transport for people and cargo. CBC News was informed there are 2 different routes in the pipeline in terms of southern and northern routes. Connect Carib, in a statement, said it plans to operate a large vessel servicing the route between Barbados, St. Vincent, Grenada, St. Lucia, Trinidad, and Dominica. Another vessel will operate along the U.S. Virgin Islands route, servicing Tortola in the British Virgin Islands, Anguilla, St. Martin, St. Kitts and Nevis, Antigua, and Dominica. The company tells CBC News it is possible for one route to start before the other, and a dedicated cargo vessel will cover the Barbados, Trinidad, Suriname, Barbados route. Time now for tonight's trading report.
In Jamaica, Victon Energy Limited with 3,853,555 units was the volume leader, followed by Trans Jamaican Highway Limited and Pulse Investments Limited. In Trinidad and Tobago NGL Limited was the volume leader with 30,727 shares changing hands for a value of Trinidad and Tobago $146,153.25, followed by Grace Kennedy Limited. And here in Barbados, no securities traded today on the regular market.
That concludes our business report. We'll take a break here. We'll take a look at the weather with Carrie-Ann O'Neill after the break. Time now for us to take a look at the weather as we're joined by Carrie-Ann O'Neill. Carrie-Ann, good evening. Happy New Year.
Well, Happy New Year to you, Pearson, and good evening, everyone. Well, today in Barbados, the ridge pattern was our dominant feature. We had dry and stable conditions. Meanwhile, the winds are moderate. They're peaking at 21 knots. A shear line maintained some isolated thunderstorms across the Guianas. Now, the maximum temperature today was 29 degrees Celsius, the minimum 25 degrees. At present, the temperature stands, that's coming up just at 26 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity stands at 74%. Those winds are coming in from the east. We take a look now at some atmospheric conditions across the region. Those warm temperatures are ranging from 25 to 27 degrees Celsius. The humidity shows moisture is building over in Trinidad as well as Antigua, and those winds light to moderate across the region. We take a look now at our satellite feed, where the ridge pattern maintained dry and stable conditions here in Barbados as well as across the Windward Islands. Meanwhile, confluence maintained some light showers across the leewards. The winds, they're peaking at 21 knots for us here in Barbados. And the seas at this time, they're moderate in open water, with swells peaking at 2.5 meters. We are urging small craft operators as well as sea bathers to exercise caution. Now, later on tonight, we can expect partly cloudy skies along with just a few light showers. Further south, you can see there those clouds where we have a shear line maintaining very wet conditions across Trinidad and Tobago as well as the Guianas. And over in the Western Caribbean, there is a cold front maintaining some showers across the Bahamas as well as Cuba. Elsewhere had dry and stable conditions like us here in Barbados. Now we move to the forecast, where the sun is expected to rise at 6:21 and will set at 5:44. The first high tide is expected at 6:37 in the morning, low tide at 11:57 a.m. Those seas moderate in open water with swells peaking at 2.5 meters. We are urging small craft operators as well as sea bathers to exercise caution. Now, those winds are coming in from the east, and they are peaking at 35 kilometers per hour. For us here in Barbados tonight, it will be partly cloudy along with just a few light showers. And over the next 3 days, partly sunny skies along with just a few light showers can be expected.
Back with more sports action is Mark Seal.
Yes, indeed. Barbados Ice Skating Association held its award ceremony recently at the Barbados Olympic Center. It comes on the heels of a successful overseas trip to Miami, where the School of Skateaholics, under the auspices of the BSA, received training and coaching for its members in ice skating. Medals were presented to competitors who were involved from the minors to the adult sections. Acting Minister of Youth, Sports and Community Empowerment, Corey Lane, fully endorsed the efforts of the association.
From the time I heard about it, it was brought to me by my very own friend Kevin Slugina Watson, just the idea, and immediately I jumped on it. Any opportunity for Barbadians to be engaged, I am there. The devil find work for idle hands. That's out there, figure skating and the ice skating and the speed skating. That is less time for the devil to find work for their hands. So it is something that I definitely support, something that I push. Anything that's positive, wholesome. I know young people like speed and they like risk. It is really for us as the adults to facilitate it in a safe way.
President of the Barbados Ice Skating Association, Raj Sharma, says this is the early stages of what promises to be an exciting road ahead for the sport on the island.
To our athletes, coaches, and supporters, this afternoon is a celebration of your dedication, determination, and passion. Thank you for being a part of this journey. We're in the early parts of it, but it's exciting. We're going to do a lot of great things together. We have a great group, a lot of passion in this room, and we're going to put Barbados on the map for ice skating, both for figure skating and also speed skating.
And that's it for sports. Person, is back to you.
Thank you, Mark, and to you too. A Happy New Year. Thank you, Mark. We'll take a break. We're coming back in just a moment. Well, that's our time tonight. Thank you for being with us. I'm Pearson Bowen. For the crew, to all of you, good night. By God's will, we'll see you tomorrow.